Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at what Monero is. So Monero is a private, decentralized cryptocurrency. But first of all, what does private actually mean? So first, let's clarify the difference between privacy and anonymity. Privacy means that you don't want others to know what you're doing, whilst anonymity means that you don't mind that people know what you're doing, you just don't want them to know you're the one doing it. For example, privacy is when you lock the door to the toilet because you don't want others going in there. Anonymity is when you post data that can't be linked back to you on the web in order to bring something to the public's attention. If you look at Bitcoin, it is certainly not private. The Bitcoin blockchain is completely public, and all transactions can be viewed by anyone on the web. If you want to keep your privacy in Bitcoin, you'll have to use transaction mixers, VPNs, and a variety of methods. Bitcoin is also not completely anonymous. On the one hand, the blockchain shows how many bitcoins were sent, from which address and when. On the other hand, without any additional information, it's impossible to connect a Bitcoin address to a real-life identity, also known as an IRL. This shows Bitcoin is synonymous. So let's move into what Monero actually is. If we go onto the main page of our website here, we can find out why. So why is Monero different? Monero is secure. Monero is a decentralized cryptocurrency, meaning it is secure digital cash operated by a network of users. Transactions are confirmed by distributed consensus and then immutably recorded on the blockchain. Third parties do not need to be trusted to keep your Monero safe. Monero is private, so it uses quite a few combinations of privacy features here, which is quite interesting. Monero uses ring signatures, ring confidential transactions, and stealth addresses. These obfuscate the origins, amounts, and destinations of all transactions. Monero provides all the benefits of a decentralized cryptocurrency without any of the typical privacy concessions. I mean, that's key. If you put ring signatures, ring confidential transactions, and stealth addresses all together as one, it's going to be hard for people to crack that. Monero is untraceable. Sending and receiving addresses as well as transacted amounts are obfuscated by default. Transactions on the Monero blockchain cannot be linked to a particular user or real-world identity. Monero is fungible. Monero is fungible because it is private by default. Units of Monero cannot be blacklisted by vendors or exchanges due to their association in previous transactions. So let's take a look into the history of Monero. To trace the origins of Monero, we need to have a look at a cryptocurrency going back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin was launched in the summer of 2012. It was the first digital currency that was written using a technology called CryptoNote. CryptoNote today is the backbone of most of the privacy currencies that exist. It includes Monero. The privacy of CryptoNote coins is ensured by grouping public keys together by combining several keys in a single transaction. It's impossible to tell who sent it. The use of these ring signatures to sign transactions provides the anonymity of the CryptoNote technology. Bitcoin was a good effort at anonymous coin. However, there was a few issues with its initial distribution. When it launched, it turned out that 80% of the coins that would ever be mined were already in existence. This led a group of 7 developers to fork the Bitcoin chain, and the new currency would be known as Monero. This eventually was shortened to simply Monero, which is Esperanto for coin. Of the 7 developers who originally created Monero, 5 of them decided they would keep their identity secret. Only 2 of these devs are known about, and that's Riccardo Spagani, which is the main developer today, that's commonly known as Fluffy Pony, and there's David Lapati. So to this present day, the idea behind Monero is quite simple. You and I should be able to give money to causes we believe in without anyone else knowing what causes we choose to support. We should be able to buy and sell things online without anyone else in the world knowing what we bought, who we bought it from, or even what we spend our money on. In other words, we should have complete online privacy. and Monero aims to prove that. Monero has 5 key features really that make it the most secure and private cryptocurrency, and this is going into the technical side of it. So I'm just going to run through. There's 5 key points really, which I want to just quickly address here. So stealth addresses. The stealth address feature is a huge upgrade of a Bitcoin's privacy, and is the best way to think about it really. With Bitcoin, you reveal your real home address in order to send and receive Bitcoin. With Monero, you use the equivalent of a post office box as your address to send and receive the Monero. By using a virtual PO box instead of your actual address, your transactions cannot be linked back to you. So ring signatures is another concept which they have on their technology. A ring signature is a way to make sure a transaction can't be tied back to a specific individual. So take this as an example. Imagine a million $100 notes with 1,000 fingerprints on each note. It would be impossible to tie the note to a single person. As you transact through the network, it mixes the public information of hundreds of transactions together. Your money is still yours, it's never commingled with anyone else's. So, a $100 bill with 100 sets of fingerprints on it, and yours is one of those sets. There's no way anyone in the world can tie that $100 bill back to you. That's how ring signatures work. With each transaction, digital fingerprints, called signatures, are attached to the transaction, effectively making it impossible for anyone to conclusively prove that the transaction came from yourself. So, public view key. Public view key is a feature which separates Monero from any other privacy solution. You can share your public view key so other people can see your transactions. And this is a good bit. Here's why it is quite a powerful feature. A common knock against Bitcoin is it's too open. Banks and brokers like other low costs of using a blockchain, but are concerned on how easy it is to track transactions. They fear competitors might use that as a knowledge to poach clients. At the same time, regulators support banks adopting a blockchain because it makes auditing them quite easy. Monero's public view key feature solves this problem. It gives banks total transactional secrecy plus complete open-handedness with regulators via the public view key. With the public view key, regulators can view all the transactions. So they also have quite a limited supply. Unlike traditional currency, Monero will have a set coin supply and programmed inflation rate. This ensures that the value of Monero cannot be diluted by endless money creation, and that's what they're doing right now. The American banks are just absolutely firing money into the system, and it's pretty much the same with Tether as well. If you check whale alerts recently, it's just crazy the amount of bloody Tether that's being printed, and with Monero that kind of puts a stop to that. So over the next 8 years, the supply of mined coins will be 18.4 million. And as of writing this, let's just go back to CoinMarketCap a second to see how many is going on there. So currently, circulating supply, that's 17,528,527 currently in that's been mined so far. This ensures a steady supply of coins to compensate miners for maintaining that Monero network. And fifth and finally, it has built-in scalability, and we've talked about scalability before. Another big knock against Bitcoin is that it limits the size of each block in the blockchain to just 1 megabyte. As Bitcoin has grown, the block sizes have stayed the same. This has caused the Bitcoin network to slow down. It just can't handle a lot of transactions at once. For instance, the Visa payment network can handle up to 56,000 transactions per second. By comparison, Bitcoin can only handle 7 per second, and that's very low. I mean, if you're going to talk about speed, I mean, you're talking about Visa, have a look at XRP as well, because they've done tests before and they've managed up to 65,000 per second, which is pretty insane, really. Monero has no such program limit. It is designed with a look-back window. That means the network reviews the preceding transactions and automatically adjusts the size of the blocks to account for transaction volume. That makes Monero scalable. and that means as more people use Monero, it will be able to grow quickly. Moving forward to today's situation, going to CoinMarketCap. Monero is currently ranked 14 overall. Current supply is 17,528,527 XMR. Market cap is currently $1 billion. It has been a lot higher than that. If you scroll down to the bottom right, these are recent statistics and overall statistics. So the all-time high, $495 at its peak. That must, beginning 2018, and then that's when everything turned sour. Market cap back then rose up to 7.4 billion, and I'm sure it spiked up higher than that at some point, which is got a long way to go from here. If we look at the current situation on the charts, so we've just been consolidating around this area for the last month or so now. I mean, we've not been following Ethereum or Bitcoin going up and down, and I've done this retracement fib from the highest levels back up in February, and I'm still seeing we're going to come in to get some some downside from here, and I'm expecting. I've got some orders set at $38 on my fib. I mean, I have put a couple of cheeky orders in down at $24 in case it hits, but I mean, I can't see that in my opinion. I mean, we could bounce up to $60 and then back down. It's already done that once before, but let's see what's going on in the future. So that'll wrap up for today's video. It's just a basic outline of what XMR is, what Monero is, history about it, and obviously the current situation. Thanks guys for listening. Just make sure you subscribe to this video, slap a like. Catch you next time. Cheers.